This message is for you, merely for you, my ladies, sisters, daughters, mothers, warriors of the heart. This moment is for you. This moment is yours to claim, to hold, to breathe in deeply. For today I stand before you not to tell you who you should be, but to remind you of who you already are. You are the keepers of dreams, the weavers of hope, the builders of futures yet unseen. You have carried the weight of the world on your shoulders, and yet you rise. You have faced storms that threaten to break you, and yet you rise. You have been told to be smaller, quieter, less than, and yet you rise. Because within you lies a fire that no wind can extinguish, a light that no darkness can consume. This message is not just words. It is a mirror. Look into it and see the reflection of your power, your beauty, your worth. You are not here by accident. You are here because the world needs your voice, your courage, your love. So let this be the day you decide to step into the fullness of who you are. Let this be the day you choose to rewrite the story they tried to write for you. Let this be the day you realize that the change you seek begins within you. Women, this message will change you, not because it tells you something new, but because it reminds you of what you've always known. You are enough. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And the world is waiting for you to shine. The power of women to rise above challenges and redefine their destinies is a force so profound, so unshakable, that it has shaped the course of history. It is a power that lives in the quiet moments of resilience and the loud declarations of courage. It is the power to take what life has handed you, be it pain, struggle, or doubt, and turn it into something extraordinary. Women, you are not defined by the battles you faced, but by the way you fought them. The way you faced life, final opportunity, great destiny, the way you fought them. You are not defined by the weight you've carried, but by the strength you've found to keep moving forward. Think of the countless times you've been told no, only to find a way to say yes. Think of the times you've been knocked down only to rise again, taller, fiercer, and more determined than before. This is your power. It is not given to you by anyone. It is yours, born from the depths of your soul, forged in the fires of your experience. It is the power to transform pain into purpose, fear into freedom, and struggle into strength. You have faced challenges that could have broken you, but instead, they have shaped you. They have made you wiser, braver, and more compassionate. They have taught you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, and yet, so often, you doubt yourself. You question your worth, your abilities, your place in this world. But let me tell you this, you are not here by accident. You are here because you have a purpose, a destiny that only you can fulfill. Look at the women who came before you, the ones who fought for the rights you now hold, the ones who paved the way for you to stand where you stand today. They were not perfect, but they were persistent. They were not fearless, but they were faithful to themselves, to their dreams, to the belief that a better world was possible. And now it is your turn. It is your turn to take up the mantle, to carry the torch, to light the way for those who will come after you. You have the power to redefine your destiny, to rewrite the story of your life. You are not bound by the expectations of others, by the limitations they try to place on you. You are free to dream, to create, to become. You are free to take the broken pieces of your past and build something beautiful. You are free to take the pain you've endured and use it to fuel your purpose. This is not just about surviving, it is about thriving. It is about taking the challenges you've faced and using them as stepping stones to something greater. It is about looking in the mirror and seeing not just who you are, but who you are becoming. It is about knowing that you are enough, that you have always been enough, and that you always will be. And to rise above the doubts, the fears, the limitations. Rise above the voices that tell you you can't, and listen to the voice within you that whispers, you can. Rise above the challenges, not because they don't matter, but because you matter more. You are a force of nature, a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit. And the world is waiting for you to shine. The importance of self-love and embracing one's unique journey is a truth so vital, so life-giving, that it can transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. Self-love is not vanity. It is not arrogance or selfishness. It is the quiet, steady recognition of your worth. It is the understanding that you are enough, just as you are in this very moment. It is the courage to look at yourself, your flaws, your scars, your imperfections, and say, I am worthy, I am enough, I am deserving of love, of joy, of peace. Too often, women are taught to shrink themselves, to apologize for taking up space, to put everyone else's needs before their own. But let me tell you this, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give what you do not have. And if you do not love yourself, if you do not care for yourself, how can you truly care for others? How can you give your best to the world if you are running on empty? Self-love is not a destination, it is a journey. It is the daily practice of choosing yourself, of speaking kindly to yourself, of forgiving yourself when you stumble. It is the decision to let go of the need for perfection, to embrace your imperfections as part of what makes you beautifully human. It is the act of looking in the mirror and seeing not just your reflection, but your potential, your strength, your light. Your journey is yours alone. It is not meant to look like anyone else's. It is not meant to follow someone else's timeline or meet someone else's expectations. It is yours, messy, imperfect, and uniquely yours, and that is what makes it so beautiful. You are not here to fit into a mold. You are here to break it. You are not here to follow a path that has already been laid. You are here to carve your own. Embracing your journey means embracing every part of it, the highs and the lows, the triumphs and the struggles. It means celebrating your victories, no matter how small, and learning from your failures, no matter how painful. It means understanding that every step you take, every choice you make, is leading you closer to the person you are meant to become. It also means letting go of comparison. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your confidence, your sense of self. It whispers lies in your ear, telling you that you are not enough, that you do not measure up. But let me tell you this, there is no one else in this world like you. There is no one else with your gifts, your talents, your perspective. You are one of a kind, and the world needs exactly what you have to offer. Self-love is not always easy. There will be days when it feels impossible, when the weight of the world feels too heavy, when the voices of doubt grow too loud. But even on those days, even in those moments, you must choose yourself. You must remind yourself of your worth. You must hold on to the truth that you are deserving of love, not just from others, but from yourself. So, take a deep breath. Look at yourself with kindness, with compassion, with love. Embrace your journey with all its twists and turns, its ups and downs. Know that you are exactly where you need to be, and that every step you take is bringing you closer to the life you are meant to live. You are enough. You have always been enough. The courage to break free from societal expectations and limitations is a journey that requires a heart full of fire and a spirit unafraid to defy the odds. It is a journey that asks you to look in the mirror and see not who the world tells you to be, but who you truly are. It is a journey that demands you to step out of the boxes they've built for you, to tear down the walls they've placed around you, and to claim the freedom that is your birthright. From the moment we are born, society begins to shape us. It tells us how to act, how to speak, how to dream. It tells us what is possible and what is not. It tells us to be quiet, to be small, to be less than. But deep within you there is a voice that whispers, you are more. You are capable of more. You are meant for more. That voice is your truth. That voice is your power. And it is time to listen to it. Breaking free from societal expectations is not easy. It requires courage, the kind of courage that makes your heart race and your hands tremble. It requires you to stand up for yourself, even when it feels like the whole world is against you. It requires you to say no to the things that do not serve you and yes to the things that set your soul on fire. It requires you to be unapologetically, unashamedly, undeniably yourself. But here's the thing, You are not here to live someone else's life. You are not here to follow someone else's rules. You are here to live your life, your messy, beautiful, imperfect life. You are here to chase your dreams, to make your mistakes, to find your own way. You are here to be you in all your glorious, unique, irreplaceable authenticity. And yes, there will be challenges. There will be people who doubt you, who criticize you, who try to pull you back into the box. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you wonder if it's worth it, when you feel like giving up. But in those moments, remember this: you are not alone. You are part of a sisterhood of women who have dared to defy expectations, who have dared to dream bigger, who have dared to be themselves, and together we are unstoppable. Breaking free from limitations is not just about rejecting what society tells you. It is about embracing what you know to be true. It is about believing in yourself even when no one else does. It is about trusting your instincts, following your heart, and taking risks. It is about knowing that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, and that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. So take a deep breath. Look at the walls around you, the ones built by fear, by doubt, by expectation, and know that you have the power to break them down. You have the power to step into the fullness of who you are. You have the power to create a life that is not defined by what others think, but by what you know to be true. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your chance to break free, to rise above, to shine. Do not let anyone tell you who you should be. Do not let anyone dim your light. You are a force of nature, a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of courage. And the world is waiting for you to show up, to stand tall, to be you. Because when you break free from societal expectations, you do not just change your life, you change the world. You show others what is possible. You inspire them to break free too. And in doing so, you create a ripple effect of courage, of freedom, of light. So go ahead, break free, be bold, be brave, be you. The world needs exactly who you are. The importance of embracing vulnerability as a source of strength is a truth so profound, so transformative, that it has the power to change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is not something to be feared or avoided. It is the birthplace of courage, of connection, of authenticity. It is the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. And it is in that truth that you find your greatest strength. Think about the moments in your life when you have felt most alive, most connected, most real. Chances are, those moments were born out of vulnerability. They were the moments when you allowed yourself to be seen, truly seen for who you are. They were the moments when you took off the mask, dropped the armor, and let your heart speak. Those moments were not easy. They required courage. They required you to step into the unknown, to risk being hurt, to risk being judged. But they were also the moments that brought you the most growth, the most joy, the most fulfillment. Vulnerability is not about being perfect. It is about being human. It is about embracing your imperfections, your flaws, your scars, and knowing that they are part of what makes you beautiful. It is about letting go of the need to have it all together, to always be strong, to always be in control. It is about allowing yourself to feel, to be messy, to be real. And in that realness, you find a strength that is unshakable, a strength that comes from knowing that you are enough just as you are. But embracing vulnerability is not easy. It requires you to face your fears, to confront your doubts, to step into the unknown. It requires you to let go of the need for approval, for validation, for perfection. It requires you to trust yourself, to trust your instincts, to trust your heart. And it requires you to be brave, to be bold, to be unapologetically yourself. When you embrace vulnerability, you open the door to deeper connections, to more meaningful relationships, to a life that is rich with love and joy and fulfillment. You allow yourself to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. You create a space where authenticity thrives, where hearts can meet, where souls can connect. Vulnerability is also the key to growth. It is through vulnerability that you learn, that you grow, that you become more of who you are meant to be. It is through vulnerability that you discover your true strength, your true power, your true self. It is through vulnerability that you find the courage to take risks, to chase your dreams, to live a life that is true to you. So take a deep breath. Look within yourself. See the strength, the courage, the light that has always been there. Know that you are enough just as you are. Know that your imperfections, your flaws, your scars are part of what makes you beautiful. Know that vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It is the key to a life that is rich with love, with joy, with fulfillment. Embrace your vulnerability. Let it be your guide, your teacher, your friend. Let it show you the way to a life that is true to you, a life that is full of courage, of connection, of authenticity. Let it remind you that you are enough, that you have always been enough, and that you always will be enough. Because when you embrace vulnerability, you do not just change your life, you change the world. You inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect of courage, of connection, of light. So go ahead, be vulnerable, be brave, be you. The world is waiting for you. The need to celebrate small victories along the journey is a truth so vital, so life-giving, that it can transform the way you see yourself and your path forward. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. These moments of progress are the building blocks of change, the proof that you are moving closer to your dreams. They are the reminders that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are making a difference, even when it feels like the road is long and the destination far away. Life is not made up of grand, sweeping moments alone. It is made up of the small, quiet victories that often go unnoticed. It is the morning you choose to get out of bed, even when your heart feels heavy. It is the moment you speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. It is the day you take one small step toward your dream, even when the world feels too big and the odds too steep. These moments may seem insignificant, but they are not. They are the threads that weave the fabric of your life, the steps that lead you to where you are meant to be. Celebrating small victories is not about ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about finding the light in the darkness, the hope in the struggle, the joy in the journey. It is about recognizing that progress is progress, no matter how small. It is about giving yourself credit for the courage it takes to keep going, to keep trying, to keep believing, even when it feels like the world is against you. When you celebrate small victories, you fuel your motivation. You remind yourself that you are moving forward, that you are making progress, that you are capable of achieving your dreams. You build momentum, one small step at a time, and with each step you grow stronger, more confident, more determined. You begin to see that the journey is not just about the destination, but about the person you are becoming along the way. But celebrating small victories is not always easy. It requires you to shift your perspective, to look for the good, to find the silver lining. It requires you to be kind to yourself, to give yourself grace, to acknowledge your efforts. It requires you to let go of the need for perfection, to embrace the messiness of progress, to celebrate the journey as much as the destination. Think about the small victories in your own life, the ones you may have overlooked, the ones you may have taken for granted. Think about the times you kept going, even when it felt impossible. Think about the moments you chose hope over fear, courage over doubt, love over pain. These moments are worth celebrating. They are the proof of your strength, your resilience, your determination. They are the proof that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So take a moment to celebrate. Celebrate the small victories, the tiny steps, the little wins. Celebrate the courage it takes to keep going, the strength it takes to keep trying, the hope it takes to keep believing. Celebrate the person you are becoming, the person you are meant to be. Because when you celebrate small victories, you do not just honor your progress, you honor yourself. You remind yourself that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you are capable. You remind yourself that the journey is not just about the destination, but about the steps you take along the way. And you remind yourself that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to the life you dream of. So go ahead, celebrate the small victories, celebrate the journey, celebrate you. The world is waiting for you to shine.